Where is this and what is there now? I found this old photograph from the 2000s and wondered where it had been taken. What was it? And what happened to the area? I followed the clues, identified what and where it was, what had happened, and found some interesting facts about the railways and, bizarrely, the Tate Modern spider. Please stay to the end for all the detail. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Brought to you by Eclectic Experience. Change seen through images. I have been taking photos for over 40 years, mainly of buildings, but also anything else of interest. But there are some that I have absolutely no idea where they were taken. I am working my way through them, and if they're interesting, making a video on them. Links to previous videos, including this police box and this piece of Victorian cellars, are at the end. I took this picture in the noughties as I found it curious that this interesting piece of wall had been left when everything around it had been demolished. It was in Southwark, at a time when massive change was happening due to the development of the area that had really started in the decade before with the Globe Theatre and then Tate Modern. Seen here in 2023 with all the other numerous new buildings that surround them. I then forgot about the photo, but am now, having found it again, very curious as to where it was and what it was. This is how I found the answers. I was pretty sure the wall section was in Southwark, so I literally walked the streets hoping to see it, as I thought it would stand out, but I could not find it. I thought it might have been retained as it was listed, so I checked the listed building map from Historic England, seen here with a link in the description below, but again could not find it. So I then had to come back to the photo itself, and I looked very closely for clues. It looked like it was next to a railway bridge of some sort, of which there are a lot in Southwark. It also looked like there was a very tall temporary cabin arrangement at the back, or the cabins could be at the same level as the railway line. That would make it fairly unique, because temporary buildings don't normally last such a long time. And what were they doing up so high? Fortunately, unlike some other pictures I've tried to find, this photo was taken with a digital camera, so it had some time and date details embedded in it. This is how I found out it was taken on New Year's Eve 2007, but more crucially, it was taken just 7 minutes after this photo of a giant spider on the Thames with some pools in the background. As an aside, this spider was by the artist Louise Bourgeois, who made several spiders, but this one was made of waterproof materials so it could go outside. It could only have been outside Tate Modern. So, looking at a map and knowing the interesting wall was within 7 minutes walk of Tate Modern really helped. However, when considering the other clue of a railway wall, there are actually a huge number of railway lines near Tate Modern, highlighted here, and nearly all of them will be raised from the ground, built on brick arches. So, I pounded the streets again, looking for a combination of the wall, a railway arch or wall, and temporary cabins at height, knowing that it was likely that only the railway arch or wall would have survived. But then I saw this. It was getting dark, but what looked like temporary cabins were high up. So I came back in daylight and walked round the block, looking for a piece of wall while still being able to see the cabins, but I could not find it. Then, as I couldn't find it, I tried to find the piece of railway arch or railway wall, knowing again that this would be a challenge, as it was likely to have been covered when any replacement building was constructed. My best guess, after having gone all round the block, was here on Great Southwark Street, just down from Tate Modern, with the probable site now occupied by a hotel and student accommodation. Looking on Google Earth for a better view, not obscured by new buildings, it looks like I was standing here when I took the photo. The interesting wall was here, And this is where the temporary buildings are here, and they're there now. And looking on Google Maps, going to Street View, there is an option to look at previous year's shots. And amazingly, there was one there from 2008. This is it. And look, it's the piece of decorative wall. So I found it, but what was it? And why was it left behind? And also, why are there porter cabins at such a height? And are they connected? So my next step was to check old Ordnance Survey maps of the area. Link in the description below. The 1879 map looked like there was a Ewer Street with a bedstead factory on the side. The next map I looked at was revised in 1915 and showed a whole new depot had been built over Ewer Street. It was called the Grande Vitesse and was still there on the 1950s map. The map also explained why there is a bridge coming down at an angle over the road. It is actually a road access to the depot. And it comes out here. There is actually now a recent mural on Great Southwark Street celebrating the Grande Vitesse. Some more research suggests this was a continental depot that fell out of use. A Network Rail built temporary offices on them in the early 2000s, and they are still in use today. We see them here from the train going between London Bridge and Waterloo East. So this interesting bit of wall was part of an entrance to a large intercontinental depot. I'm guessing that the wall was retained when the building was demolished to provide a boundary to what was probably a car park until the new building went ahead. I've done similar videos on finding this old police box, link here, and the side of a Victorian building, link here. Please take a look. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe. I'll be making more similar videos, so please subscribe to the channel for future releases. Thank you for watching Eclectic Experience, change seen through images.